Ma tovu, ohalecha Yaakov, mishkanotecha Yisrael.
How goodly are your tents, O Jacob, your encampments, O Israel.
Adonai, achavti me'on betecha.
O Lord, I love the house where you dwell.
And just as it was for those Israelites of old, we too grow into such a love of the spaces that become our sanctuary, including the former Highland Reformed Presbyterian Church at 10th and Fraser, that was transformed by the love and creativity of a community into the Or Shalom Synagogue that is now our Bayit. I have profound memories of that time, of our excitement at actually having our own building after 15 years of meeting in living rooms and borrowed spaces, of the challenge of turning that somewhat abandoned hall of Spartan worship into something that felt spiritually Jewish, but also continued to honor the heritage of those who had left it behind. Because zoning permission for a new place of worship would have been prohibitive, taking over a building already zoned for that purpose was a marvelous opportunity. And then we experienced the magic of so many creative community members contributing to the beauty and symbolism of that sanctuary space. The Ner Tamid, the Aron, the Barochet, the architectural transformation to allow for more light. And although we've made minor modifications to the original structure over those 30 years, much has remained as it was created, perfect for that time and the spiritual community the way we understood it then.
But times change and we change. In many ways, our beautiful old building is showing its age, not quite meeting our needs or supporting our current growth and future visions for our community. Or Shalom was begun by a group of young families seeking an alternative to the conventional three choices for Jewish worship. Once again, there is a new generation seeking a place for community, education for themselves and their children, and a place for meaningful worship. We need a dedicated space for children's programming, education, and play during services, to welcome the diversity of folks who identify as or wish to become Jewish. Our adult education programs have grown to encompass a wide range of topics and are feeling the real constraints of our building, once again demonstrating the need for dedicated classrooms.
The original church was not built with accessibility in mind. In our current configuration, we do our best with outdoor ramps, but it is not a solution. Those with mobility issues and parents with strollers, for example, need an elevator to move between our two floors, and we need entrances on both levels that support access for all. It is time to move beyond asking those who cannot do stairs to exit through the back door, go halfway around the block, often in the rain, and re-enter from the opposite side in order to join our kiddush lunch after services. A few years back, we learned that the substantive shell repairs were required for the northeast exterior. Prompted by this, as well as a litany of issues related to the constraints of our current space, John first led us in creating a building task force, which subsequently developed a plan to enlarge the building and accommodate those needs. Because of that work, we're now on the cusp of seeing the most substantive change to our Bayit since our original renovation in the mid-1990s. We've retained the services of Erica Gerson, a wonderful architect, and have progressed our plan through various stages of the complex planning department process and have set the stage for the capital campaign that we're introducing to you this high holiday season.
As you will see on the posters outside the sanctuary as you came in, and the postcards on your seat, we will replace the office structure on the south side of the building with a two-story complex of classrooms and offices. We will add an elevator and revamp the Fraser and 10th Street entrances to accommodate all of our community members. We'll enlarge the kitchen, and we're going to open the side yard access to our social hall. We're going to improve the acoustics in the sanctuary through better sound isolation so that we're less affected by the traffic noise on Fraser Avenue, and we're going to integrate the technology so we can optimize both the in-person and the now necessary virtual participation for all our events. We are greening everything we are doing, retrofitting all the windows, heating the new classroom office addition with a heat pump and electric baseboards, and installing a pad-mounted transformer that will allow us to replace the gas furnace with the heat pump when the funds allow.
Added features of this building enhancement will also include much-needed play spaces for our children during services and the use of the classroom complex and social hall without any need to access other parts of the sanctuary, giving us added flexibility to facilitate more catered events and community use. The Orchalom Expansion Project, which we are fondly referring to as More Or, represents the last major piece in this planning puzzle. The Capital Campaign Committee has already worked hard behind the scenes to secure commitments for $1.5 million from the Ronald S. Roadberg Fund, $144,000 from the Lutsky Family Foundation, and we have another $992,000 in pre-campaign donations and pledges from Orchalom members. In other words, we are starting our campaign with $2.6 million committed, 2/3 of the way toward our ultimate goal of $3.8 million. And in this final push of the campaign, we are coming back to you, our community, to step up and demonstrate your commitment to what More Or will mean to you. And the commitments you make at this time will add strength to our ability to go back out into the wider Jewish community to solicit more gifts.
We are not a community of particularly wealthy members, and the majority of us contribute throughout the year to many important causes in and out of the Jewish community, and of course to our own vital annual campaign. But the incredible commitment that our members and friends have for the importance of a community like ours in the Jewish Universe in Vancouver has been demonstrated time and time again, not the least through the extraordinary efforts members have made to ensure we have stayed connected and Jewishly engaged through the pandemic years. We are asking each of you to contribute according to your individual means, but on this occasion to really try to dig deep. It would be such a statement to be able to say to potential funders that every household in our community contributed something.
Think of it as an investment in your community, your children's community, your grandchildren's community, as a revitalized source of Jewish learning and worship for all of us. Orchalom will never aspire to being the grandest synagogue in town. We are entirely comfortable with our humble, cozy, and comfortable sanctuary, but we do need the changes that we've described. We promise that all we cherish about Orchalom will remain, but with these renovations, it will truly be a gift for future generations. More Or, our space, our bite, and our beloved spiritual home. We are a special community in a special place. Let's make it ready for the next 30 years.
Gamar Chatima Tova.
Mark.